A major announcement: new shirts on sale. SB 357. They come in black and white, and in different shapes and sizes. And we have the shirts with the logo up there, as you can see with the silhouette and the black shirt. And you can get them at the Instagram pages right here. Follow the Instagram page, and don't forget like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope y'all enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kim Aside doing another segment on Wednesdays. On Wednesday, where I pretty much just talk about video clips and stuff that I've seen throughout the week, or something that I've pretty much just learned or read. In today's segment, Wednesday, is what I just want to talk about. It's kind of like a twofold thing because I've been I seen this podcast by Wallow and T.I., and then I'm also listening to this audio book by Allen Iverson, which is a phenomenal book. I'll drop the screenshot once y'all see it. Y'all see it up here right here. But yeah, I've been listening to this audio book by Allen Iverson, and I seen this podcast by T.I. and Wallow, and one of the things that I got out of it was exposure in both senses, like how exposure affects your mind and how it's affect generations. Because in Wallow's situation, he was just talking about like, yo, like in jail, like when he was spent 20 years in jail, how like he would write down like everything like people were talking about, and like how like eventually like when he got out of jail, he wanted to experience those new things that people were talking about. Because like when you're in prison and stuff like that, you're basically shut off from reality and stuff, and so you don't have no idea like what's going on with the new world. And so when he was able to get out, he was talking about stuff like Atlanta, and how like Atlanta was black, and how the culture was changing, and how it allowed him to just grow and expand his mind. And so when he had this expansion of his mindset, he was able to better himself and able to live a better lifestyle. And then vice versa, when I was listening to this audio book by Allen Iverson, he was just talking about like how at a young age he was exposed to so much violence and so much death. And this is crazy because I was actually just looking at his documentary, and then it's like looking into his eyes. Now I can honestly see what his eyes see, and it's like all the pain and all the suffering he had to suffer from living out in downtown Newport News and just living in the hard, rough streets. And you could just tell, like, yo, like us as a culture, like how like young black males, like how like it affects us in a different way, and like how it can deteriorate our culture and deteriorate like just our overall mental health and stuff like that, and our growth. Because like when you're being exposed to negative things on a continuous basis, that's what you tend to see have an adaptation to growing to, and that's what you have a tendency for knowing. And vice versa, where it's like with Rollo, they had to seek the knowledge and seek how to want to grow and expand himself. And once he got out of jail, that was his overall goal and mission, was to do. And eventually became one of the top podcasters and one of the faces of right now. That's to just tell you like how like the expansion and what you exposed to allows you to just being able to grow beyond yourself. And I'll just leave out with this one last thing, and it's also actually talking to myself as well, because I seen Cam Newton even talk about this before too as well, like where he was like, yo, I went to Paris, I went to France, I went to all these nights. I said Paris and France, but I went to Paris, I went overseas and stuff like that. And like how he would come back and he wanted to share it with his folks and tell them like, yo, there's a bigger world and there's bigger opportunities out here. But they couldn't see it because they wasn't exposed to it, and they didn't understand that. And that's the same way for me. It's just like, yo, like I've seen like a lot of great things. I've been exposed to a lot of great things, particularly when I went to college and stuff and having that success. And so like now coming back out to the real world, you want to share it, but so many people are being exposed to so much negativity that how can they see it if they're not exposed to it? And that's just what I just want to leave y'all with, y'all. Just like, yo, exposure is the biggest is the biggest teacher. So like if you want to learn something and you want to be taught by something, expose yourself to positive things, expose yourself to new worlds and new cultures, and you will be able to learn better things about yourself. And so with all that that's being said, y'all, this is Kim Insights doing another segment of Wisdom Wednesdays.